Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Godslayers. I'm Sal and today I'll be breaking down and showcasing my Ancient Abyss Bulwark Void build. But before we jump into that, I just want to apologize for not uploading much the past few weeks. I came down with a cold and I'm just now finally getting over it, so you can expect to have regularly uploaded videos again. With that being said, let's jump right into this build. First off, we have our Sunflare Destiny, a double primary polearm that can only be found in ATOT. Double primary means it can have two of any of the other primary traits of any of the other polearms in the game, with the exception of Lightbringer items. Primaries you want are gain the Blessing of Endurance when you inflict an ailment, and more damage at full health. Secondaries you want are damage to cursed enemies and crit chance. Double crit chance and then add crit chance again as your last upgrade. Next up we have another double primary weapon, and again, it can only be found in ATOT. The primaries you want are gain the greater Blessing of Luck when you inflict an ailment and plus more northern tech damage. The greater Blessing of Luck gives you more crit chance. Secondaries you want are crit chance and ideally crit damage. Double crit chance and then add crit chance again as your last upgrade. Below that is our trusty Lion Talisman. This is a primal, but you don't need primal to make this build work. This is an epic talisman found everywhere. Its primary gives us weapon tech charge whenever we crit. Secondaries you want are crit chance and crit damage. Double crit chance and then add crit chance again as your last upgrade. Beside that is the Mark of the Duelist, a rare amulet that can be found anywhere. Its primary gives us health when we crit. Secondaries you want are crit chance and crit damage. Double crit chance and then add crit damage as your last upgrade. Below that is our Eye of the Dragon, a legendary ring that can be found anywhere. Its primary gives us overhealth for every ailment afflicted enemy we defeat, gives us overhealth retention, and has our weapon techniques inflict ailments. Secondaries you want are overhealth gained and two separate resistances. Make sure neither are physical resistance because we need that low one for one of our augments. The Fearless Wolf, double overhealth gained and then add to resistances as your last upgrade. So again, just make sure you don't have physical resistance as any of the resistances on your rings or augments. Beside that is our Mark of the Red Armor. It's a rare ring that can only be found in the Lightbringer game mode. Keep in mind that when you first receive it, you will have to uncurse it by completing the objective listed at the bottom of the item. Its primary gives us more overhealth gained. Secondaries you want are, again, overhealth gained, and again, two separate resistances, and make sure they're not physical. Double overhealth gain, and then add to resistances as your last upgrade. Below that is our banner. We are using the Mesa Banner Roll. This is an epic banner that can be found anywhere. Keep in mind, primal versions can only be found in ATOT. Its primary gives us more crit chance and more crit damage. Secondaries you want are crit chance, crit damage, and weapon tech damage. Double crit chance, and then add crit damage as your last upgrade. Last but not least, our Lifestone. We have the Archon Tier, a legendary lifestone that can be found anywhere. Its primary gives us more crit chance and crit damage. Secondaries again you want are crit chance and crit damage. Double crit damage and then add crit damage again as your last upgrade. Now, before we jump into augments, here's a few more clips showcasing this build. Here we have our augments. First up is Frostfire, a rare augment that can be found anywhere. Its primary increases our crit damage during Rampage. Secondaries 1R, Rampage bonus damage, and weapon tech damage. Double it and then add weapon tech damage again as your last upgrade. Above that is our Fearless Wolf, which I mentioned earlier. This is an epic augment that can only be found in the Lightbringer game mode. Its primary increases our Rampage charge speed and Rampage bonus damage as long as our physical resistance is below 45%. Secondaries you want are weapon tech damage and Rampage bonus damage. Double Rampage bonus damage and then add weapon tech damage as your last upgrade. Below that we have Void Shell, a legendary augment that can be found anywhere. Its primary gives us overhealth depending on how much might we have on adjacent augments. This means augments connected to this should have might as the last upgrade or be a might augment for the amount of overhealth you get goes up per crit. Secondaries you want are damage to cursed enemies, again another resistance that is not physical and that you don't already have on your rings. Double damage to cursed enemies and then add to resistances as your last upgrade. So again, on adjacent augments for this Void Shell, you want to have might on those augments, or the augment itself to be might to increase our overhealth gained whenever we crit. Below that is Paradise, a rare augment that can be found anywhere. Its primary gives us weapon tech charge whenever we crit. Secondaries you want are weapon tech damage, double that, and then add weapon tech damage again as your last upgrade. Beside that is Rift. This is a rare augment that can be found anywhere. Its primary gives us a damage boost depending on how many ailments we have on the enemy. This is especially useful in multiplayer when your partners are using different ailments. Secondaries you want are overhealth gained, double it, and then add might as your last upgrade. And that is for our next augment, which brings us to the Carnage augment, a legendary might augment that can be found anywhere. Its primary gives us crit damage for every 20 might on adjacent augments. This means augments connected to this one, we are going to want might as our last upgrade or have a might augment connected to it. Secondaries you want are rampage bonus damage and weapon tech damage. Double weapon tech damage and then add weapon tech damage again as your last upgrade. Above that we have Lucid Vision, a rare spirit augment that can be found anywhere. Its primary gives us health whenever we hit an enemy with our shield. Secondaries you want are damage to cursed enemies, double it, and then add might as your last upgrade. Last, we have Divine Conduit, a rare spirit augment that can be found anywhere. Its primary gives us Archon charge speed whenever we are hit. Secondaries, again, you want are damage to cursed enemies. You want to double that and then add might as your last upgrade. Now, let's jump on over into our skill tree. Here we have our skill tree. You can see we're still fully spec'd into weapon techniques, soul shatter, vitality, crit damage, crit chance, Archon Fury, resistance, spirit, rampage, ailments, recovery, weak points, polarity attacks, all stats, and then we have a few extras in 1 in weapon timing, 1 in takedowns, and 2 into finesse. Well, that's all I have for this build. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll be having another build released tomorrow and another on Sunday. I'd also like to invite you all to our Discord, the GODSLAYERS gaming community. We are currently holding some events for upcoming games, including Horizon Forbidden West, Elden Ring, and Tiny Tina's, in which we will be giving away the game for each and other prizes listed on our Discord. The link is in the pinned comments and description below. Thank you all again for all the support, and until next time, take care.